everyone, Maya here from MaiStoryBook, and today's new interactive read aloud is Patchwork. Now, my friends, this beautiful story is about how we can celebrate all the different ways that you are, how you are made up of so many different talents and abilities and feelings, and how you're influenced by so many people and places, and how you're continuously changing every day. You are a whole patchwork, a whole bunch of pieces put together to make you who you are and to make you unique. So this book explores how just because you might be one way today doesn't mean that you'll always be that way, that you're forever changing, and that is something to celebrate. All right? Well, I'm excited to get started on this read aloud. As you can see, it has some really pretty artwork and illustrations. And at the end of this read aloud, there's a special craft that goes along with the story. So be sure to stay tuned to check it out. All right, double thumbs up if you're ready to get started. Excellent. Let's begin. So the title of today's interactive read aloud is Patchwork, written by Matt de la Pena and illustrated by Corinna Luiken. So that means we have our author, the one who wrote all the words. Our illustrator is, what's the illustrator's job? Does all the pictures in the book. So have an author and illustrator work together to make this book. And what do you notice going on the cover? Right, there's a young girl here. She's got her hair and some like pigtails. And it looks like there's all these like shapes coming out of her, right? Patchwork. My friends, do you know what patchwork means? Usually people talk about patchwork like a patchwork quilt. It's when you take a bunch of different little pieces and you put them all together. So like in a quilt, you take a bunch of different little squares of fabric and you sew them all together to make a quilt. So you take a lot of different pieces and put them together to make something whole. So just as we're going to read, you, my friends, are a patchwork of a bunch of different pieces put together to make you who you are. All right, and what colors do you notice on this cover? Yeah, lots of purples, yellows, a little bit of greens and blues. So here's our title page. That's the title of our book, Patchwork. Our author, our illustrator, our publisher, G.P. Putnam's and Sons. You were blue before you're even born. We mark, blue. So what do you think they mean by he was blue? Maybe they're talking about feelings. Blue usually means what kind of feeling. Blue can also mean that sometimes people think that blue is a color for boys, even though blue can be for any color. But sometimes when people are having a baby, they say, oh, I'm going to make everything blue for a boy. So it could be that, oh, they knew he was going to be a boy, so he was blue. Your mom cut into a 2-story cake and out spilled blue. And everyone hugged and pointed towards the cloudless blue sky because it was a sign. So this is something people do, my friends, is that when they're trying to figure out when they're having a baby and they want to know if it's a boy or a girl, sometimes the doctor tells them and they surprise people by sometimes they'll cut open a cake and blue M&Ms will sprinkle out. It's called a gender reveal. So they're saying that your mama cut into a cake and all this blue came out and they're like, you're going to be a boy. Do you know if your family did that or have you ever seen something like that? And here you are today, blue dressed in blue. But sometimes your paintbrush at school hovers above the pink. What do you think that means if sometimes he kind of wants the pink one? He might not be that comfortable. He doesn't always think our boy things. Some days so much hurt floods your eyes you're scared to even blink. But tears are not pink or blue or weak. They're human and you are human. So sometimes people aren't always comfortable being a boy or a girl. So we shouldn't always label someone and say you're a boy, you're a girl without, asking them how they feel first. And when you grow up, the color you will come to love most is brown. Ooh, so what did he grow up to be? Looks like he's painting an artist. Oh, a new person. You were put on this earth to dance. We know. Oh, my friends, do you like to dance? Show me a dance move. Ooh. Ballet, tap, hip-hop, your body bending to the beat. So ballet, hip-hop, tap dancing, leaping from note to note, dipping into a demi-plie. You're dreaming 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All those different dances. What's your favorite way to dance, my friends? But those rhythms inside your head are also a kind of math. All that counting makes her really good at math too. And one day you'll discover coding and change the way the world moves. So she loved dancing, and she grows up, she can use that to do math, code, and change the world and how it moves, not just her own body. She can move the world. You go everywhere with a ball in your hands. We see. What sport is that? basketball. You are basketball, baseball, football, any kind of ball, and you are born to compete. Even in defeat, the game feeds you. It leads you, so he likes any kind of sports, it looks like, my friends. What kind of sports do you like to play that you play with a ball? Whoa. Oh, what is he doing, my friends? It's like he's writing, but soon you will see your sport for what it really is, an expression. The sound of a bouncing ball is the language of your loneliness. You are bilingual, and one day you will carry words with you instead. You will spin couplets on your finger because you've always been a poet. So he really loved sports growing up, and when he grew up, though, he kind of used that passion to start writing poetry. All those rhythms and things he was trying to say through sports, now he can use and say through words. Oh, look at this person, my friends. You're the kid perpetually in timeout. Perpetually, always in timeout. We sigh, we sigh. Wonder how this kid is going to grow up and change. You shove and cut lines and talk over teachers. You tell jokes during the pledge and your whole body buzzes when you get a reaction. So you love it when people laugh. You'd like to make people laugh. How do you think teacher feels about that, though? What do you think people might say about this kid? All he wants to do is make people laugh, but do people really like that when they get interrupted all the time? No, they might call him kind of troublemaker. But the skill it takes to make people laugh is the skill you'll use to help people learn when you become a favorite teacher. And when a restless kid like you lands in the back of your class, you will see her. You will love her. So even though you were a troublemaker, you figured out, I know how to make people laugh and entertain them. Maybe I'll be a teacher and help the kids too who might not always act exactly how you want them to. That doesn't mean they're a bad kid. That just means maybe they're learning a different way. Oh, look at this person. What are they doing? Helping take care of the animal. You are kind to everyone and everything. We beam, we smile. When you win, it feels like a loss. The disappointment of another is a knot inside your stomach, so you're sad that someone else has to lose. And you sit beside the new kid at lunch and give away your only cookie. That's a very kind person. What's something kind that you've done recently, my friends? But do not mistake kindness for weakness. Don't think just because I'm kind you can do whatever you want with to me and I'll be okay. You are a powerful magnet pulling people. Crowds will one day swarm to your ideas and they will look to you for guidance, eager to follow, and they will follow. So because you're so kind, people are drawn to you and they want to listen to what you have to say. And you can use that to use your words for good. What's something good that you can make happen? If a lot of people want to listen to you, what's something good that you could tell them to do? All right, my friends, so you are more than a single note played again and again. So you're not just one thing over and over. You are a symphony. A symphony is a whole band, a whole orchestra of music. So you're not just one single note again and again. You're a whole symphony, all these different sounds. So you are sounds plucked from all the places you've been and all the people you've met. Who are some people you've met? And all the feelings you felt. What are some feelings you felt, my friends? You are blues and pinks and loneliness and laughter, mismatched scraps accumulated over time, all these different pieces from your whole life and stitched together into a kind of patchwork. All these pieces put together to make you, you. And even when your pattern loses its design, when it grows lopsided or tangles or it is hard to follow, look at all the different friends we saw, it will be beautiful. So even though your patterns might change and you might change, you might have all different sorts of pieces, your pattern will always be beautiful. We are beautiful. Humans, all different kinds of humans, all different people are beautiful. Each and every one of us all have our own unique pattern in patchwork. The end, my friends. My friends, what a beautiful story about all the different ways a person can be, right? My friends, what a beautiful story about all the different ways a person can be and how you can change and how we're all put together from so many different pieces. What was one of your favorite parts of this story? I love that part too. Well, let's check out the craft inspired by this week's book. So here we have two crafts, my friends. One that you can print in color like usual, one you can color in black and white. And this one says Maya is a symphony like in the book, and you can open it up. Look, it has all like these little pieces of patchwork. Open it up, and inside you can share all the sounds that you were plucked from these places, these people, these feelings, these colors, just like we read about in this story. You can write or draw your answers. This one says, Jace is a patchwork heart. So also Patchwork like the title. And then this one you can share, today I am, but tomorrow I might be. So this one is how you can share who you are today. But just because you're one way today doesn't mean you'll always be like that. You can change as you grow and become a whole patchwork of different experiences. So if you want to check out these crafts to make them on your own or to make them with your classmates, my friends, go ahead and check out the link down below. It is linked on the blog where you'll also find more reading resources. Otherwise, my friends, I hope you enjoyed today's interactive read aloud. To keep up with all of our reading adventures, please subscribe to my Storybook YouTube channel by clicking on that subscribe button and giving this video a thumbs up. Otherwise, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. I hope you enjoy more story times, and until next time, happy reading.